Another trip that I took from Wimbledon was to the country of Pakistan. Now, the national carrier, PIA, Pakistan International Airlines, was another one of our customers. And so I went there with the contracts administrator and a couple of other marketing guys, and we went to Karachi. Now, Karachi is not the capital, but it's a very important city, and it happens to be where the headquarters is for that particular airline. And so we got there and got settled into our hotel. They had made a mistake on the booking, and so when I say they, I don't know who. In any event, I had to bunk with John, the contracts administrator. Now he's a good guy, and it all worked out just fine, you know. But after a couple of days of meetings, I became sick, and I had a really strong head cold, and was not feeling well at all. So I told John, I just can't go to the meetings today. He says, yeah, I can see that, no problem. So I'm going to get you some medication. So he went downstairs to the pharmacy at the hotel and came back with some medication for me. And I said, how'd you get that? He says, well, I have a PhD. He had taught at the University of Southern California before he came to work for this company. And he said, so I just signed Dr. John's last name. And I said, okay. So there I was, and I just was basically resting in bed, and I had my Bible open and had been reading and praying. I think medicine's good, but I never rely on it 100%, right? I mean, asking the Lord to touch my body and to bless the meetings and make them successful for the company. Anyway, I was probably a couple of hours into that, late morning, and there's kind of a knock on the door, and it starts to open, and it was the house cleaner. And so it was a woman who apologized. I don't think she has any English to speak of. In any event, I told her, no, it's okay. You come in. I was fully clothed and all that. And I said, no, you come in. You do your job. And she came in and started to clean. And then she looked over and saw my Bible open on the dresser next to me. And she said, ask if I was a Christian. And again, I don't remember exactly how I got communicated, but she pointed to the Bible. And I said, yes, I'm a Christian. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. And she said that she was too, and her husband and family. And she said, please pray for my family. And I said, okay. So I have two sons, and the Christians there are not treated all that well. It's a very impoverished city or nation anyway. I mean, at least that part of it was, and a lot of begging and just a lot of poverty. And they were in that group that were really deprived in so many ways economically. Her husband was a street cleaner, and she cleaned rooms in the hotel that we were in. She said, please pray for my two sons, because they are wanting to convert to the main religion, because as Christians they can't really get good jobs, let alone even get training in a college or university. So you can see the pain, the pathos, and I felt sorry I felt bad for her. So I prayed for her and tried to be very generous in a tip to her, and just was impacted by this soul, this that showed up in this woman, and just felt like, well, isn't that like the Lord to put that together? I was there for an entirely different reason. And the way that was happening was not altogether righteous for that matter, but in that context, God put this little woman in my life, and I was able to, in some small way, minister to her and pray for her family. And I have no idea, of course, what happened to her, but I do know that God put together that meeting, and it was really, truly an extraordinary encounter there in Karachi.